Hello and welcome to today's TicketSource webinar. Today we're going to be showing you how to set up and configure a waiting list on your event. Now, a waiting list is a great tool for customers to be able to register their interest for a sold out event. This means should you have tickets released, let's say for cancelled tickets, additional capacity or an additional performance, you've got a ready and waiting audience that is eager to buy tickets. We're going to be showing you how customers can add themselves onto the waiting list, how you can run the waiting list report from your TicketSource dashboard, and finally how you can contact customers should tickets get released. Now you'll see here that I'm already on my TicketSource ticket shop pages. I've got an event that is currently on sale. There are 5 tickets remaining and there is a book now button which you should be familiar with. Once this event reaches its full capacity, we'll see here that this book now button has changed to a join waiting list option. This event is now sold out. It's really simple for customers to join the waiting list on their own. All they need to do is click on the join waiting list button and complete a very simple contact form. Things like first name, last name, email address and contact telephone number. There's the option to specify then how many tickets they require and any special requests or comments. Let's say it might be access requirements or certain areas of the venue. Lastly, we've asked the question if they'd like to be contacted for future events and services. This means if they've missed out on tickets this time round, they can be added to your waiting list to make sure they're kept informed for any future events and services. All they need to do then is to click the Join Waiting List button and they've got an on-screen confirmation. This customer has now been added to the waiting list. Nice and simple. So we're now within the TicketSource dashboard. Now just to advise, the waiting list feature is not enabled for events as default. It needs to be enabled should you require this feature to be switched on. It's really simple to do. All you need to do is head to the Events menu and Modify Event. On the drop down, select the event in question and click Modify down the bottom of the page. Once you're in the Event Designer, hover over the event details and click the pencil icon to edit. Then scroll down within the Advanced Settings. At the bottom of the page you'll see the option for a waiting list. All you need to do is tick the box on there to enable the waiting list when the event is sold out. Once you're happy, click the Save Changes and that setting has now been applied to your event. We're now back on the TicketSource dashboard and we can see this event is showing as sold out. There is a handy icon on the right hand side, the yellow icon, to hover over and it will demonstrate the customers are on this waiting list. There are 2 methods to access the waiting list report, either by heading to the Reports menu at the top of the page and heading down to Waiting List Report, or next to a specific event, hover over the Actions drop down and then go down to Waiting List Reports on that sub-menu as well. Once you're in the waiting list report, we'll talk about some of the features available. At the top of the page is an event filter to be able to select specific events. Underneath then is a filter to be able to include customers who have already been contacted. If I just run that filter through, we'll see an additional customer appears, Faye Williams, and we can see here in the contacted column, this customer has previously been contacted. By default, we only show customers who are yet to be contacted, but you do have access with that filter to be able to find previously contacted customers. Within the main body of the report then we've got the logical information, customer's name, email address, telephone number, the date they were added, whether they've been contacted, how many tickets they require and any special requests. If you need to edit any of the contact information for the customer, you can click on the customer's name which would take you into the customer record where you can modify their contact details. Also, if you need to edit the responses to the waiting list report, you can hover over a specific customer and click the pencil icon on the right hand side. Here you can manually mark someone as being contacted, change the number of tickets required and edit the special requests or comments should you need to. We've got the option then to reorder the report. It defaults by alphabetical order, but you can order it by date added or email address to actually manipulate the data if you need to. At the bottom of the report is a handy tool to be able to export this data outside of the system. You can export it to a CSV or a spreadsheet or a PDF if you're managing the waiting list outside of TicketSource. There is also finally a really handy feature at the bottom of the page to be able to add a customer manually, and in here you've got a simple contact form to add in the customer's contact information, how many tickets required and any special requests if they're contacting you directly to be added to the waiting list. So we're now going to be showing you how to contact customers should tickets become available. Obviously you can do it individually by contacting customers via email or telephone number if you're managing the waiting list customer by customer, but there's a really handy tool to use the contact customer feature within TicketSource to send a link out en masse to customers. Now to do this you need to select the relevant customers. You can do that on an individual basis by ticking an individual customer, or you can use the tick at the top of the page to select all customers on the page. Once you're happy with your selection, you'll see that we've got some additional options down the bottom to contact selected customers. If I click on this menu now, you will see that the system is taking us into the Contact Customer feature. The system already defaults to the event in question to save you having to add in any filters. It demonstrates how many events are selected and how many customers are selected from the previous choice, and it automatically defaults a direct booking link to the event in question to save you having to do that. You can just send this message straight out to customers, or you can manipulate the message on here if you wish to add a more personal message. Once you're happy, scroll down to the bottom, agree to the terms and conditions, and click Send Email. This will then be sending to everyone on that customer list, and they've straight away got an instant notification. Customers will then be able to access the link within the email and buy tickets straight away. Well, I hope you found today's session useful, and I hope the waiting list feature will be very beneficial to you and your events. Do remember that we are always on hand should you ever need us. We offer a free support service, so feel free to get in touch with us via email, telephone or online chat. We'd be happy to help. Thank you very much. Goodbye.